Hello everyone, this is Steven Cologne, also as Cookie, and welcome to Race 4 of the Procore 500 here at Hillside International Speedway for the NRLA Chipsoy Cup Series. Yeah, we're here at one of our first custom NR races, including Hillside, so this one should be a really good one. Might be compared to Las Vegas, but Auto Club was it was really something. Besides the early wreck, but Charlie Davenport, as our pole sitter right now for race 4, is the race 3 winner of the Auto Club 400, which is pretty good for him as a JGR driver. So yeah, that's all I gotta say for that. Might have forgot a few moments from Auto Club, but that is fine. We're gonna move on to race 4 and see how crazy it was compared to Las Vegas. If I knew if it was or insane, I don't know. Anyways, here's the starting grid for tonight's race. 4th race for the Procore 500. So in row 1, we got Charlie Davenport and Lance Smith Jr., the two JGR drivers that are starting for the front row from race 4. Then in row 2, we got Sam Oskin and Logan Williams. For 3, we got Mitchell Collins and Darren Arnsdorf. Row 4, Don Falconer and Jack Joes. Row 5, Owen Miles and Colby Harris. Row 6, Denny Silva and Luke Rennie. Row 7 is Owen Miles and Rory Whippleton. Row 8 is Zachary Davis and Noelle Holiday. Row 9, Marco Davidson and Brayden Perez. Row 10 is Zachary Fitzwater Sr. and David Pastrol. Row 11, Brendan Isip and Chase Harris. Row 12, Jesse James and Brandon Yodel. Row 13, Sil Sorda and Sophia Fragonito. Row 14, Chase Johnston and Trevor Collins. Row 15, Braden Ugist and Joshua Johnson. Row 16, we got Trey Smith and Scott Upton. Row 17 is John Triant and John Davis. And then row 18 is Louis Sancala and Dustin Davis. Row 19, we got Carabel and Kip Silverpoint. And then finally, row 20 is Stephen Cologne, Rip, and Nick Wall. Also, yes, I got rid of Daniel Wills, so if you knew, you knew. Not gonna talk about it. But besides the situation I had, we'll just move on to some races that will make your day better. I hope. To some of you, but I mean, it'll make your day a whole lot better if you won this race from the source stuff. But anyways, we're gonna get to the command before we fire the engines to get ready to race this first on our custom racetrack at Hillside International Speedway for the Procore 500. A great command. Engines have been fired, pace cars worn off, as usual. It's ready to race here at Hillside International Speedway for 80 laps. This time I didn't forget that I would remind you of how many laps we were doing, so yeah. 80 laps for this whole race, so the pace cars we're just gonna go green at this point, so green flag is out for the Procore 500 and race number 4 for the NRLA Hillside Cup Series. Right until that Charlie Davenport was only leading by 1 lap, Sema Oskin decided to take it away and just shows himself how he's good at it. Mitchell Collins for second is gonna plan to pass Tim Oskin just for the lead. He won at Las Vegas, but he might look forward to get a second win at Hillside. Well, we already got things started, so yeah. Oh, it seems that Sam Hoskins still wants to stay side by side with Mitchell Collins, as he still wants to lead away from him. Even though he's trying, though. Now Mitchell's got to block Samet. And it seems that someone else... It seems that someone might be pitting by now. Who's pitting? Oh, it's Stephen Cologne. Whoa. Yikes. That's a yikes for me. Right now we got about 3 GTR drivers that are doing good this season. Taking over the top 5 position, except for Scopton. But Mitchell Collins is almost further away from these TO drivers. Right now I think Landon Smith Jr. is catching up to Mitchell Collins, so I think he will try to pass him. And maybe, just maybe try to get a lead. If he can. There he goes. He's about to take the lead away from Mitchell Collins. Oh boy. I don't know if we're going for a free wide, but I don't think so. Since Charlie Davenport is just diving a little down deep to the inside. Right now he's side by side with his teammate Landon Smith Jr. Mitchell Collins ends up to third. But he's gonna plan to get his lead back again. Maybe by now. Oh, Charlie Davenport tried to block him. But I think he's good by now, so he still will be able to hold the lead very long. So yeah. Currently, right now, Mitchell Collins is going to try to dive down to the inside. Try to get his lead back this time. So... I think he got it. Nope, I don't think so. They're still side by side. There goes Sam Oskin from third. He's catch up along with Don Faulkner. And there goes Mitchell Collins, taking his lead back away from Charlie Davenport. I think it's just a battle between the 2 previous winners from Las Vegas and Auto Club. Unless if Sam Oskin could crash into the party. Charlie Davenport is gonna plan to take his lead back and pass him to the inside again. And I think he gets it done. And I think that Sim Oskin has now moved to second. I think he was able to try to get his lead back as well. Lennon Smith Jr. passed Mitchell Collins. So all these three Juggips racing drivers to take over the top 3 position? Just have to look for these two right now. Nope, it seems that Mitchell Collins is still handling by himself to third. And I think right now he's catch up to these two JGR drivers. He's just gonna stay to third for now. And there goes Sim Oskin. I think he's able to get his lead back again to pass his teammate Charlie Davenport twice. I don't know if it's twice, but oh boy! I think that... Are we going for... Oh! They bumped each other! This might be a great battle between these two JGR drivers, or 3, against Mitchell Collins! As Landon Smith Jr. has now gone closer to Mitchell Collins, it just stays to third, while Charlie Davenport has gone to the outside. Oof. Donald Falconer has gone closer to these 3 drivers again, just to stay to 4th, since he got passed by Jack Jones once. I don't know if twice, but I picked just for once. And Mitchell Collins is gonna plan to take his lead back away from Sim Oskin. That'll be the 2nd time. Now see a lap down driver. Okay, me. Oh, I don't think you could pass Sim Oskin by now. Sheesh. How about Don Falconer? Battling for 3rd with Landon Smith Jr. Since he was faster than the 3 racetrack stays in, I think. So I think he might be one of the picks for Hillside. And I think he was about to go 2nd if he can pass Mitchell Collins. Right now he's gone closer to him. So let's see if we can pass him or not. Or that Mitchell Collins could still plan to pass Sim Oskin. But still seems to be difficult for him. So, I think that Don Falconer will try to pass him. Or maybe Mitchell Collins, if he gone closer to Sim Oskin more. Maybe not. We'll have to see it for ourselves. Man, Don Falconer is just this almost close to Mitchell Collins, and right now he's just... Right now Mitchell was just blocking down Falconer so he could stay to 2nd. Mitchell Collins, though, is not giving up. He still wants to try to pass Sim Oskin. Just to... excuse me. Just to try to take his lead back again. I think he will be able to do it, but I don't think so. Might be for ball. Oh, someone crashed. Oh my God! Noelle Holiday and Louis Sakala both got involved in a crash and ended up hitting to the wall. Where's Louis? And he ends up going to pit road. So that'll be our first caution for tonight. And whoa, Jack Jones to second. Where did he come from? Okay then, well, that's the perfect time to pit right now. So at least it saves some time for the leader and all the other drivers who are at the top 10 position right before the caution was out. So yeah, right now they're pitting. Now we're seeing 3 JGR drivers pitting. Who will finish the pit stop first? Will it be Sim Oskin? Oh boy! Oh! I don't know if Jack Jones made it, but nope, I don't think so. Jack Jones didn't make it to second, but Sim Oskin will still lead. And I think for picker third is Mitchell Collins, fourth, Luke Rainey, fifth, Charlie Davenport, sixth, Roy Whippleton, seventh, Don Faulkner, eighth, Zachary Davis, ninth, Logan Williams, and 10th is down as Darren Armstrong. Right. So we will look back on what happened for the caution right before we start the race again. So this is now our third caution replay on what just happened, and it seems that Noe Holiday was bumped to the 43, and then the 43 have gotten loose, and then end up collecting Joshua Johnson, but he was able to get away from this crash, so at least it's lucky for him to avoid from this situation. But right now, that from what we're seeing, that Noah Holiday and Louis Sakala both have evolved from this first wreck, and I think no, they didn't hit the wall. Well, I thought that they hit the wall, but it seems that the turns are a bit quite compared to Talladega, but more shorter since this is short track. So at least they didn't hit the wall. Well, but look how close were they able to almost hit one of these drivers from the top 5 position. And I think that Landon Smith Jr. had gotten a bit damaged from Louis Sakala, so at least everyone is safe except for Louis Sakala and Noah Holiday. And this is where that Louis Sakala ends up getting stuck between the line there. So that's where he ended up getting called to the pit road. And right now, what he's doing, at least he pitted alongside with the other drivers. They were pitting while the caution was out, so he will be able to keep going. Same thing to Noelle Holiday. So that will conclude the short wreck that we just had from lap 29, I think. Yeah, 29. So we will continue this race and see who else would battle against Sim Oskin. So let's get back to it. Also, I apologize that you hear a bit of some Discord notifications, but this time I muted it, so you won't really have to hear any of it. For now, if I forget to mute it again. But anyways, we still have Sam Oskin as our leader, second Jack Jones out of nowhere. But yeah, we're going back green for the first restart to continue this race for the Procore 500. Mitchell Collins already looked forward to save himself to second to pass Jack Jones. And Charlie Davenport is... Oh! Mitchell Collins couldn't even try to block Charlie Davenport. So I think this will lead Charlie Davenport to second. Unless if he holds on to stay side by side with Charlie. Roy Ribbleton for fourth though. The fifth is Denny Silla. And now there goes Charlie Davenport for second. Could Roy Ribbleton even... Oh, never mind. I was about to say that if he could pass Charlie Davenport, but since Charlie blocked him, I don't think that will be possible by now, so... Let's see if he will stay third to pass Mitchell Collins, since he's now at the outside move. And now Charlie Davenport is gonna plan to get his lead back to pass Sam Oskin, so it's a battle between these two JGR drivers right now. And there goes Rory Wibbleton for second. Which this time he is gonna catch up these two JGR drivers to see if he can get himself to second, or even better, if he could try to lead this race at Hillside. And now I would think that Sam Oskin will get his lead back by now, so... Yep, there he goes. He's back to his lead again. He's really looking forward to try to win his first race for the NRLA Chip Soy Cup Series here at Hillside. And Charlie Davenport will stay to the outside move, as Roy Wibbleton will get to second. Oh boy. Danny Silva was really going to the middle of it. And I think we're kind of getting to the free wide. But I think that Roy Wibbleton is still safe to second, unless if Danny Silva would pass Roy Wibbleton for second as well. Let's not forget about Don Falconer. He was third for only a couple laps ago, so will he be back? Will he get himself back to third this time? Probably not, since Charlie Davenport is still holding on to third, while he's still to the outside lane. And he is still safe to third, which will lead Denny Silla to fourth and fifth for Mitchell Collins. And Charlie Davenport wants to get back to second to pass Roy Wibbleton. I don't know if Roy Wibbleton can hold on though, so I think that'll lead to Charlie Davenport back to second. Danny's still on the move to third, and he might be on the move to second, or not. Side by side to third by... Nope. Never mind. Denny still safe to third. Warrior Whippleton is still trying to fight, but I don't think he could continue though. So Denny still is safe to third. And there goes Charlie Davenport trying to get himself back to the lead to pass Simon Oskin yet again. And I think we're kind of halfway there to end this race. We're up to total to 80 laps. So right now we got Charlie Davenport back to the lead. Second, Simon Oskin, who probably led more laps than Charlie and Mitchell. And third is Denny Silla. Fourth, Roy Whippleton, and fifth is Mitchell Collins. Could get any closer to these four drivers for now. And there goes Sam Oskin. Looking forward to get his lead back yet again. And pass his teammate. Could this lead to Denny Silla to second? Or if we could try to take the lead away from Sam Oskin. Well, I don't think so, since he got blocked by a Samet by now, so that's a yikes. But he was trying though. Excuse me. And there goes Denny Silla again. Trying to pass Charlie Davenport for second again, but he's not quite closer to Charlie though, so again, he is still trying. And I think that Rory Whippleton is gonna plan. Oh no, I thought he would do it, but nope, I guess he won't. I guess he's not closer to him this time, so yeah. Right now, Denny Silla is just gonna stay there to third, unless if Roy Whippleton would pass Denny Silla to third, which Denny Silla is trying to block Roy Whippleton so he won't try to pass him, which he's still holding on though. Man, he is still trying to do every move that he could do. But he still can't seem to try to pass Charlie Davenport while he was still blocking Roy Whippleton. And there goes Charlie Davenport back to the lead again, which is still a battle between these two JGR drivers. Denny Silla is a little bit closer, but not close enough to try to pass either of those drivers. But he's still saving himself to third. He is still trying his best to try to figure out the best moves that he can do to get to second. Right now, Simon Oskin is going right to the inside, so I think Denny Silla might have the chance to pass him for a second. No, he can't do it just yet. Simon Oskin and still save himself to second and then box Danny Silla. Sheesh. The other drivers had the chance. Please. Oh, God. I think that's him asking what plan to pat. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Joey Davenport has now gone a bit further away from Sima Oskin by now. Huh. Interesting. Roy Robertson has gone closer to Danny Stewart again, but Danny will still block him anyway, so he still saved himself to third. If he still stays to third though, or at least get to fourth or fifth, he's gonna earn himself 100 points, which that'll give him more points to just either give him the best position to the point standings. So as long as he stays to third, right to the top 5 corner to get 100 points, he will definitely be safe and get more points, so he can get a bit ahead of someone, except for Charlie Davenport. Which I think he'll still stay to fourth, but I don't know. We'll just have to figure this out by ourselves. And oh, Sam Hoskins pitting by now. Which pit stops are open again. So who else is pitting? Trevor Collins will pit as well. So yes, by now, Sam Hoskin, the two Teal drivers, Sam Hoskin and Trevor Collins, have pitted early than the other drivers. But who else would pit? Sam Hoskin has finished his pit stop by now, but there goes everyone who is pitting by now. Let's see if the leader is pitting. Yep, he is pitting. Louis Sankawa, Marco Davison, Colby Harris, and Lance Jr. finished their pit stops, so as Sophia Frecanetto, David Paschal, and Chase Johnson. And there goes Troy Davenport. Alongside Logan Williams, Brendan Isip. Whoops, that's not what I want to do. Owen Miles, Zachary Fitzwater Sr., Jesse James, Kip Silverpoint, Trey Smith, and Brandon Perez, Chase Harris, and everyone else who already finished their pit stops. Musakawa is about to pit by now as well. And Carabel. But yeah, pit stops are open. I think they will be finished soon. So I think that Charlie Davenport is our leader by now. So I'm just assuming if he's leading or not. But Yeah, I think he's the leader by now. Oh, boy! Scott Upton with the front damage! And got his hood exposed. He got the engine exposed, is what I'm saying. But I'm just assuming if he hit the pit wall, so that's a big yikes for Scott's season. There goes Denny Silva, taking his chance to get the lead by now, and we're coming at 3 laps to go. Still side by side with Charlie Davenport. This is gonna be an interesting battle. Quite compared to Las Vegas. 2 laps to go. Charlie Davenport still wants to save himself. He still wants to lead. And oh my god! Sammy Oskin and Dennis Silva both crashed and Luke Craddy got involved! Oh my god, everyone's involved as well. Oh no. Everyone, oh god. Trey Smith is doing some barrels as well. No one has. Oh, they have nowhere to go. I think that will conclude. Okay, well, oh, there goes Chase Harris, who's stuck between the line. But we're in middle for caution by now, which is quite crazy to see that happen. While Sam Oscar just took out Denny Silva. Oh my god. And there goes Kip Silverpoint, who got front engine screwed up. But right until we pass through 1 lap, that will conclude that Charlie Davenport will get his 2nd win at Hillside. This is the 2nd time that he won from last week to this week. Man, what a race. I don't. What are they actually doing? Okay, I think. I mean, they're still trying to go straight, but they're slowing down, but, yeah. This was interesting. Oh, jeez. So, let's check out your, finishing. They're stuck! Lance Smith Jr. and John Davis are stuck between the line, too. Oh my god. Anyways. Jeez. Here's your finishing results. First is Charlie Davenport, who have won twice by now. Who is now, okay, why did Lance Smith... Okay, well, never mind. Anyways. First is Charlie Davenport, who have won twice. From last week and this week, so he is one of our most, he is one of our, most drivers who have won 2 races by now, so, yeah. Second is Logan Williams, 3rd, Roy Wimbledon, 4th, Don Falconer, 5th, Zachary Davis, 6th, Owen Miles, 7th, Zachary Fitzwater Sr., 8th, excuse me, 8th, Jack Jones, 9th, Mitchell Collins, 10th is Michael Davidson, and everyone else has gotten themselves back to the road to complete 1 lap, I think, so yeah, there's that. 11th is Phil Moscow, 12th, Jesse James, 13th, Darren Armstrong, 14th, Sam Oskin, 15th, Brayden Perez, 16th, Sophia Fregnetto, 17th, Chase Johnston 18th, Brendan Yolo 19th, Trevor Collins 20th, Lennon Smith Jr. 21st, John Davis 22nd, John Triant 23rd, David Paschal, and here are your drivers who are one lap down from the whole race. 24th is still Sordo, 25th, Justin Davis 26th, Kip Silverpoint 27th, Scott Upton 28th, Joshua Johnson, excuse me again. 29th, Brandon Urgis, 30th, Nick Wall, 31st, Brendan Islip, 32nd, Denny Silla, 33rd, Luke Rennie, 34th, Colby Harris, 35th, Trey Smith, 36th, Chase Harris, 37th, Louis Sakala, 38th, Noel Holiday, 39th, Carabel, and 40th is Stephen Cologne. Dang. But, yeah, this race has gotten a bit tense than Las Vegas. And we end up getting a wreck by almost the end of the race. And Charlie Davenport ended up got a win for the second time and got away from that wreck. But yeah, I don't think Denny Sola is gonna be. I think Denny Sola is gonna be. He's gonna be pissed at Sim Oscar who took him out. Oh boy. Speaking of that wreck, let's take a look back at what happened from that wreck. Actually, so let's go ahead and do that. So, right after we almost end the race, Danny Silva was about to pass. Well, try to pass. Well, whoops. Okay, let me actually do it again. Right until we almost end this race with Charlie Davenport. There's bleeding from laps. The 79th lap race. Right until that Denny Silva was trying to pass Charlie Davenport and see if he could try to pass Charlie Davenport for the lead so they can have the chance to win. But unfortunately, oh, whoops. That's fine. But unfortunately, Simon Oskin has gotten a little bit aggressive to Danny Silva, and then end up collecting him to the wall. Which we got one driver who hit the wall, at least. But yeah, it was just chaotic for these against these two drivers. Which I think that Denny Silva is still gonna be pissed about it. And Sim Oskin also end up hitting the wall from his side. And then this is where everyone else got collected as we make it to a big one. Oh boy. Well, I didn't see that Luke Rennie have ended up doing the barrel roll while hitting hard against Denny Silva's car. So yeah, there's that. There he goes, doing barrels and all that stuff. Everyone else have gotten collected from that. There goes Colby Harris, that hit Lewis, that Luke Rennie's car. Almost Lewis account. Oh, Jesus. Oh boy. This is also the one that I didn't see from Kip Silverpoint. This is where he ended up this is where he hit Denny Silva's car that hard. Trey Smith collected from that. And Kip Silverpoint almost does the barrel roll and all that, but for Trey Smith, he ended up getting hit hard by Chase Harris and collected Lennon Smith Jr. as well. And this is where that Trey Smith have ended up doing the barrel roll. So sort of have gotten collected too. Dustin Davis, I'm sure everyone else behind those drivers have been collected as well, so we will look back to Sam Oskin, I guess. Actually, we'll look back to Danny Silla. Since I don't think Sam Oskin had done that much damage. So he ended up getting he ended up getting hit hard by Kip Silverpoint and Luke Rady. So that's 2 big hits. I mean 3 big hits since he ended up hitting the wall that hard for Denny Silla. And yeah, this is just wow. What an interesting way to end this race. And I'm pretty sure everyone else that got involved probably stacked up and all that. So I don't know if John Davis was involved, but yeah, he got a bit of a hood damaged from there, so yeah, there's that. So that's what happened from the last wreck. At least a bigger one than the first wreck. So now we're gonna look back onto Scott Upton, from where he ended up got his car damaged that hard since he had his engine exposed. So let's just look back to it, and yeah, let's show the replay. While he's in the middle of a pit road, which I guess that he was in the middle of pitting, but I didn't thought he would hit the pit wall and all that, but he did end up hitting the back of Noelle Holiday's car. So that's 1 damage they just had. Well, what happens before? Well, what happens from the second hits? Oh, I didn't expect that. Well, from out of nowhere, I guess one of the pit crew members have decided to get rid of the front of the car and the hood since it was damaged. So, yeah, there's that. So, now that we got everything explained from what the damage is that Scott Upton had, and the wreck that just caused from Sam Oskin to take out Danny Silla, let's go back and say my farewell for now and move on to the 5th race. So yeah, that will conclude the 4th race of the Procore 500 at Hillside International Speedway, one of our first custom short tracks. We'll be racing for the NRLA Chips Ahoy Cup Series. Thank you guys for watching. Look forward to race number 5. It's going to be located at Darlington for the Gatorade 500, I think. Hopefully I don't get this wrong, since I didn't look back at the schedule. But I think that's where we're going to be heading next. So, the next race, Gatorade 500 at Darlington Raceway. So, be there or be squared, or end up getting involved with Sam Oskin. I don't know, but I'll see you guys probably next week, so later. 誰もがこの星の明日を夢見るからがむしゃらなその涙とこの勇気あふれ出す光の鳥を越えめくり破った魂が言葉知る